Welcome back to Shauna with Just the Facts. I wanted to add a couple of disclaimers. So I did my channel, I did my update yesterday, and really, yeah, there wasn't a lot to update other than essentially more speculation. But we do have some good news as far as action moving forward. I am gonna get some more info on that before I kind of jump on here and make a whole thing. Now, please remember that my eardrums are completely ruptured. I can't hear anything the way that you guys can hear it. And I also have fluid in there. So if it sounds like I'm talking too loud or if it sounds like the TV is too loud, please bear with me. I cannot hear anything. I'm lucky that I am able to sign in like every language that there is, but that only helps whenever other people know how to sign too, so makes it kind of hard. But when you know, you know. Anyway, so let's see. One disclaimer I wanted to add was my title, my thing, Shauna Just the Facts. Okay. Um, this is it's an ongoing thing, right? So like, please don't pop into like video number 4 without going to video 2 or 3 or 1 and then tell me that I don't know essentially what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. You just need to go back. Otherwise, if you assume, it makes an ass out of both of us, and we don't want that. Um, let's see. I do know that Seth is still on the charge on the with some groups that are here. There's a lot of different things that we could even talk about the groups, but ultimately, like the different organizations, the different branches, um, it's there's always going to be, I feel like there's always going to be like a way to make an opportunity of this, especially if it's your job. Like if this is your job where you volunteer your time, your hours, stuff like that, and you do it full time. So to an extent, I mean, I see this as a voluntary effort. Yes, 100%. Do I understand that monetary needs are monetary is needed? Well, yeah, they have their equipment they need to move, they have all this other stuff. However, if you're gonna go on any of these searches and they ask you to donate with no type of a receipt or anything like that, something that you couldn't file at the end of the year if you wanted to take the tax break or anything like that, double check. Just double check. Cases bring out all the good people and all the bad people. That's why I think that law enforcement, and also Mr. Rogers has, Mr. Seth Rogers has given some information to some people, and he's given some information to other people. For example, like for me, I asked to keep in my search and rescue bag when I am doing my searches. I asked if there were any type of like snacks or anything that Sebastian would like immediately want. Because him being autistic, I don't know his textures, his likes, his dislikes, and he's a kid. He may be like, I'm hungry, but I ain't that hungry. So I was able to get with somebody to ask Seth this question. I've kept this information to myself because if I were somebody else who was looking at this as an opportunist situation where we have a lost child, everybody's looking for the child, so hey, I can look for the child too. And say they have these certain things that, like, you know, are definitely going to lure Sebastian. So I've kept that very close to myself. I don't share that information. And I think there's a lot of this that is not going to be shared, and we're going to be frustrated about it. Law enforcement we're kind of back to page 1 on everything, and I think it's good to go back to day one every single day. Go back to that first last 48 and that, upcoming 48. Um, Now, whenever I bring up like the three central characters of this, okay, I'm talking about the parental units. Okay, so I have Seth, bio father, Katie, bio mother, Chris Proudfoot, I don't know, this guy, this man, if you can call him that. He doesn't earn the credit of man to me. He earns credit of just narcissistic, crazy person at this point. Um, and But I talk about how like we have three central characters on where Sebastian would return. Okay, he would either go home, Katie's, go to, or Chris's, or he'd go to Seth. It goes Katie, Chris, Seth. This is how law enforcement works. I don't know how to say it without it sounding like I'm coming at Seth, but the point of contention is that in every missing person case, they always look for the first immediates. That's just the way it is. And even Seth himself is like, until my son is home, nothing has been solved. Nothing has been solved. So please remember to, before you just jump on, like I understand it's easy, but please go back and kind of look at what I covered, because if you're this late to the game and you're calling me out saying that I don't know what I'm talking about, maybe catch up a little bit. And also, opinions are welcome. Comment if I can respond to it promptly and with factual information. I will, like I always do. And if I can't, I'm gonna. But if you come at me with an opinion, I fully exercise my right, and I do in the disclaimer to use this platform only according with the laws and the regulations within the platform. Like I said, I don't do this. I don't have monetization turned on. I don't have any of my stars enabled when I do these things on my reels. I am not doing this for money or clout or anything. I'm doing this because this is my backyard. And I've been down a week of not being able to do anything between being sick, going to the doctors, having a dislocated hip, a rolled ankle, being held together by glue. But until I cannot do anything, I'm going to continue to, spread the word. Like, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers has been missing since February 26th. He was last actually seen on the 25th around 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. Sunday to Monday night. He was told to go to bed. He, I guess, had made a commotion. His mom said something like, "Are you okay?" Like, I think it's poignant that she said something around the lines of like, "Did you hit your head?" Because apparently he has a liquid type of a spot on his brain. It's a liquid area that is very tender. Now I could go along with be like, yeah, then they add to the fact that Katie's an MMA fighter and she could have possibly been drinking, that she's had problems with alcohol. See, this is all background that we're getting. Okay, this is all stuff we're getting from people who are digging and bringing more up, and also as things become unsealed. No father should ever have to find out with no trigger warning what is happening to their child. They should not find out that their child was